is ignorant. Love being a singing about ignorance. I heard some song the other day. It's the first of the month. Niggas are singing welfare carols.
As Bone Thugs and Harmony fans, we tend to get a little excited whenever we unexpectedly hear Bone Thugs' song played or mentioned in a TV show or movie.
Hell to the yeah.
You're goddamn right.
Hey, let's roll.
It's even more exciting when you're watching a movie and realize that a line from that movie was actually used in a Bone Thugs song. In no particular order, here are 6 times a quote from a movie was featured in a Bone Thugs and Harmony song. Number 6. Frankie Faison, Coming to America. This is likely the most commonly known entry on this list. You probably recognize Frankie Faison as Commissioner Irvin Burrell in HBO's hit series The Wire. In Eddie Murphy's 1988 hit comedy film Coming to America, Frankie Faison plays the money-hungry landlord Mr. Townsend. Mr. Townsend plays no games when it comes to his money. When one of the tenants, played by Eddie Murphy's uncle, falls down the stairs in an attempt to avoid paying rent, Mr. Townsend makes it known that he isn't falling for his shenanigans.
Hey, Stu, your rent's due, motherfucker! And don't be pulling that falling down the stairs shit on me, you hear? Are you conscious? Shoot, every month the same damn thing. Tell you the truth.
Any Bone Thugs and Harmony fan will surely recognize this voice from the song Mr. Bill Collector.
And if them running up when they make cash, that ass gonna have to pay the price. Made a motherfucker po-po, gotta hit him with the fo-fo.
Your rent's due, motherfucker!
In Mr. Bill Collector, Bone Thugs and Harmony portray themselves as ruthless thieves that demand their victims pay their bill or meet their demise. The addition of Frankie Faison's line helps turn this already awesome song into one of Bone Thugs' most iconic songs. Number 5. Leonardo DiCaprio, Inception. Love him or hate him, Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the greatest actors of all time. At the beginning of Busy Bones' 2016 song, All I'll Ever Know, you can hear DiCaprio's voice talking about dreams.
You create the world of the dream. We bring the subject into that dream, and they fill it with their subconscious. Dreams, they feel real while we're in them, right? It's only when we wake up that we realize something was actually strange.
The quote comes from the 2010 psychological thriller, Inception, where DiCaprio plays dream extractor Dominic Cobb. At the beginning of the song, you can hear DiCaprio's character explain the basics of dream manipulation to Ariadne, played by Ellen Page.
You create the world of the dream. We bring the subject into that dream, and they fill it with their subconscious.
How could I ever acquire enough detail to make them think that it's reality?
Well, dreams, they feel real while we're in them, right? It's only when we wake up that we realize something was actually strange.
Number 4. Paul Perry, Demolition Man. Though Paul Perry is a well-established actor with many film and television credits under his belt, he is one of the lesser-known actors on the list. Bone Thugs and Harmony fans may be unaware that it is Paul Perry's voice that appears on the Bone Thugs song Die, Die, Die as the police officer that commands Busy Bone and Crazy Bone to surrender themselves.
Lie down with your hands behind your back.
This clip comes from the 1993 movie Demolition Man, starring Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, and Sandra Bullock. Perry plays a futuristic police officer tasked with apprehending Wesley Snipes' villainous character Simon Phoenix.
Simon Phoenix, lie down with your hands behind your back.
The next time you listen to Die, Die, Die and you hear Busy Bone say,
No, bitch, you lie your funky ass on the ground.
Routine investigation.
just remember this is the guy he was talking to. Number 3. Kevin Spacey, The Usual Suspects. Kevin Spacey needs no introduction. You may know him from the movies Seven, Pay It Forward, and the TV show House of Cards. In 1995, Kevin Spacey starred in The Usual Suspects, where he played Verbal Kint, a career criminal con artist that suffers from cerebral palsy. Warning, if you haven't seen The Usual Suspects, I highly recommend you check it out. It is a great movie with a crazy ending. With that said, the following entry contains spoilers. Skip ahead if you have never seen The Usual Suspects, but plan on watching it. In The Usual Suspects, Kevin Spacey's Verbal Kint is portrayed as no more than a weak and simple cripple.
I'm stupid, I'm a cripple, why me?
That is until the end, where it is revealed that Kint himself is the elusive urban legend known as Kaiser Soze, a mythical and ruthless crime lord that few have ever seen. He's basically the boogeyman for criminals. The final line of the movie has Kint stating,
"The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And like that, he's gone."
This line was featured in its entirety on Busy Bones' 2012 album, The Story, on the track titled Gone.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And like that.
Number 2. Dennis Leary, Demolition Man. Though most Bone Thugs fans are already aware of the quotes from the other movies on the list, this one typically goes unrecognized. Another entry from the movie quote-filled track, Die, Die, Die. This quote has always stuck in my head because I've always thought that the distinct voice sounded exactly like Dennis Leary before I knew that it actually was Dennis Leary. If you don't know Dennis Leary by name, you've probably heard this comedian's controversial song, Asshole. Maybe you remember him as drug kingpin Fallon in the thriller Judgment Night alongside Emilio Estevez and Cuba Gooding Jr., or as Tommy Gavin on Rescue Me, and Diego the Saber-Toothed Tiger from the Ice Age series. If none of those ring a bell, then you must remember him as Small's stepfather in the 1993 movie The Sandlot. This is another sample that comes from the 1993 film Demolition Man, where Dennis Leary plays Edgar Friendly, the leader of a resistance group called the Scraps.
That's it. Food, glorious food. There'll be another one in about 12 hours. These assholes are nothing if not predictable.
If you listen closely, Dennis Leary's voice can be heard at the beginning of Die, Die, Die.
These assholes are nothing if not predictable.
Make a run for it, nigga, make.
Number 1. Unknown Actors, Faces of Death 3. This sample is without a doubt the most obscure item on this list. Decades before YouTube and LiveLeak, one of the only ways to get your dose of gruesome videos was through shockumentaries, which were sort of like documentaries that emphasized taboo subject matter such as rape, animal abuse, and death. The most popular shockumentary was definitely Faces of Death. No, not that one. That's the one.
The man, he just all of a sudden just jumped out of the window. I didn't know what was going on. I was just walking by. Just got a bottle of wine. And I was walking by, and all I seen him jump when that lady yelled. I don't know what happened.
Well, I saw his wife begging him. She said, "Don't jump." He did.
You know the guy? He sure had a problem. That's all I can tell you.
All I seen was him put the lady in the police car and take her away. I guess it was his wife.
The Faces of Death films were, for the most part, faked. Unless you're a casual Bone Thugs and Harmony fan, you know that Bone Thugs' first album is named Faces of Death. One thing that many Bones fans don't know is that the group of men talking at the end of Die, Die, Die is actually a sample of one of the segments from Faces of Death 3.
Meanwhile, swerve to the bird.
Man, he just all of a sudden just jumped out of the window. I didn't know what was going on. I was just walking by. Just got a bottle of wine. And I was walking by, and all I seen him jump when that lady yelled. I don't know what happened.
Well, I saw his wife begging him. She said, "Don't jump." He did.
You know the guy? He sure had a problem. That's all I can tell you.
All I seen was him put the lady in the police car and take her away. I guess it was his wife.
What did you think of the list? Do you have any other movies that were sampled in Bone Thugs songs that we missed? Send them to us and we'll add them in a future list. Don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave us a like.